Starting off, all glory, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, God of Israel, to the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. This is Yashar coming in with another lesson, simply titled Mother's Day Rebuke. All right, and I'm just keep it short and sweet, man, with that title, because every couple of months, every 3 to 4 months, we have these high holy the evil high holy days, of these elites, of these pagans, Christians, all different types of religions that aren't associated with the Bible, okay? And knowing, of course, all around the world you have people that, come from different cultures and backgrounds and nations. They kind of, they get tied into different religions. Like you might have Asian Christians, or you might have, Jakes that get into Buddha and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, every 3 4 months, so we have these high holy spiritual days of the elites and of the wicked that take place, you know what I'm saying? It's basically like a energy gathering, you know what I'm saying? A spiritual dark energy gathering, okay? So today is Mother's Day. As you can see on the screen, I read the history I give a little brief, let this article pull out a little brief in the Mother's Day. It says the majority of countries that celebrate Mother's Day do so on the second Sunday of May, which is, I believe, which is today, okay? On this day, it is common for mothers to be celebrated with presents and special attention from their families, friends, and loved ones, but it wasn't always this way, okay? So while you motherfuckers sitting around here, you know what I'm saying, in which if you want to be, true about things, we want to be 100% about things. The Bible tells you to worship your family. The Bible tells you to worship your father and your mother every day, okay? In which every day is the Lord's day, because the Lord creates every day, okay? Your mama don't create every day. Your dad don't create every day, okay? So therefore, first and foremost, every day is the Lord's day, okay? Now, of course, we have our high holy days, of Israel, and that's, to acknowledge, and to keep pushing, our culture, okay? And like I say, to acknowledge and to reflect back on our past, and to honor that through traditions. Okay. But it says the spiritual origins of Mother's Day, okay? So that's what people don't realize. With these different days, or as they're known as holidays, okay? With these different holidays that you participate in, you're actually adding on and increasing the spiritual demonic presences of these days, all right? And they attack people, okay? They attack people, man, and they make their way onto you, all right? Actual spirits, all right? And demons, okay? And I know, before I get into the scripts, I wanted to bring up this. See, there it goes again. It never does stay on the page that I wanted to stay on. But Salaki, about all this, all this bullshit you see on the screen right now, it's just pastime shit on YouTube that videos and shit. If we go to this page right here, it's GMS Elders the Milk, which, shout out to Yao Kanan for sending this page to me about a few years ago, maybe a year ago. But as you can see, this title right here says Understanding Spirits and Demons, all right? And so this would be a real good, and matter of fact, they have a whole playlist on it. This would be a real good starting point if you want to get more into understanding spirits and demons, because this comes from the elders themselves, you know what I'm saying? And this video was 7 years ago, all right? So I just kind of wanted to, share that page, and then we'll get actually right into the scriptures with it. But yeah, man, those videos are going to help you better understand spirits and demons in these times that we're dwelling in, all right? In which, like I say, today is Mother's Day. It's one of them high holy holidays of the elites to harvest their spiritual energy, all right? So we go to the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 12 to 14. And it reads, "Take heed to thyself lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goes. All right. Now, what does that word heed means? To take heed. It means to pay attention to, or to take notice of. All right. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. All right. So what they're saying is, man, like first and foremost, okay, let me keep going, matter of fact. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no other God. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Right, all right. So let's break that down from the beginning, all right? And Salakia, man, I'm reading from the paper, but okay, as you brothers can, we was at verse 12. It says, take heed to thyself, man. So if me being in this truth, whether I just came in 3 months ago or 9 months or 5 years, 10 years, when understanding days like this, Mother's Day, and the spiritual energy that's being put into this day, it's best for me to go ahead and take heed to what I know and to do my own thing on this day, Like, what I'm saying, me being in this truth, there's no way that I could go and participate in Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying? Or text my mom and say Happy Mother's Day, because that's increasing to that dark energy that's being rounded up through this day. You know what I'm saying? So the scripture tells you to take heed to what you know and what's best for you. And what's best for us in these times, man, is this truth, is the word. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goes, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee, right? So, man, if you hang around them, man, if you over here, if I'm in this truth and I'm like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna go to a little Mother's Day party, a little gathering, you know what I'm saying? Oh, believe that them spirits and them demons is gonna welcome your presence because they gonna say, damn, this one of them prophets, ain't it? And he over here attending these spiritual gatherings, you know what I'm saying? These wicked ass gatherings, they gonna attack you, man. And they ain't just gonna attack you at that gathering, or they gonna try to grasp onto you, all right? So that's why the word says take heed to yourself, man. So basically, nigga, do your own, do what the hell you know is right, and fuck everything else that everybody else doing. It says, for thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. All right. So for you boneheads out there that's saying, man, I ain't worshiping no other gods, man. I ain't worshiping no motherfucking. I'm just paying respects to my mama, man. To mama, yeah, okay, we know. All right, but guess what? What you don't know is you really tied into something way bigger than what the fuck you think you tied into. Because not only is you giving this, like I said, you giving these, you know what I'm saying, you worshiping false gods when you're doing this, where you're giving off that spiritual dark energy doing this, but you also tying into these false gods, man. Look at this. God is Isis, early Egyptian roots, all right? God is Cybele and Rhea. These were what? Roman goddesses. Yup, but it was the emergence of two mother goddesses, all right? Magna, Mater, and Rome, all right? So, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going on, man. This is what you're doing when you're celebrating days like this. You're worshiping pagan goddesses. And what the fuck did the script, not to be so discreet, Salaki on that, what did the scripture say to do? Thou shalt not worship no other God, okay? For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Now let's take that to the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 8. For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such things like ye do. Right. So what everybody want to do today? Man, let's link. Let's throw mama a big Sunday dinner, which, nigga, today is the motherfucking Sabbath. Like I say, excuse my language, but so you gon' what? You gon' worship today, or you gon' worship? You would rather choose to worship a man-made day over than you would rather choose to worship that than to worship a high holy day or the Sabbath as being an Israelite. Remember, we only talking to Israel, all right? I could care less about any other nation. We only talking. This message only goes to Israel, all right? It's about Israel. So man, while you out here eating motherfucking crab and lobster tail and shit and shrimp scampi and bullshit and linking all at your T Jones house 30 deep, smoking and drinking and shit, nigga, you don't even know we're currently in the Sabbath right now. Yeah, okay, yeah. This month Sabbath starts Saturday, ends. It starts Saturday evening, ends Sunday evening. All right. So that's a red flag right there. Come on now. You do anything, you commit any sin on the Sabbath, man. That's like that's you just magnified that sin, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like I say, man, this is a spiritual dark energy harvest, man. We have to stay away from these traditions of men. Verse 9. And he said unto them, full well you reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. Right, man, that's what I just said. Niggas, you tell the motherfucker about a Sabbath, and hey, bro, you know it's a Sabbath. We ain't supposed to be out and about. We ain't supposed to be buying. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even supposed to be cleaning. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even supposed to be cooking. And what a nigga gonna tell you? But bro, it's Mother's Day. Bro, we good. Nigga, you telling me I can't worship? You telling me I can't? You might as well say worship. But you telling me I can't celebrate Mother's Day? Like, nigga, nah, we not supposed to be doing that, cause we are Israel. You feel me? But you know, niggas out here, they want to do their own thing, man. That's why I say that you may keep your own tradition, which we ain't supposed to do. Verse. Okay, yep, that was that one. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother. Whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. Right. And, you know, that wasn't even written down, but, you know, going into that script, like I say, man, you're supposed to honor your father and mother every day. So it shouldn't have to be no one day out of the year that you just make sure you pick up the phone or make sure you buy your mother or father something and oh, I love you, happy Father's Day. Nah, fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, every day is the Lord's. He don't want to keep the world going, all right? He don't want to make the world go round. He the one that commands the sun and the moon and the stars to do their thing. You know? He the ones that puts breath into you. All right? He the ones that kills and maketh alive. All right? So no, it ain't no motherfucking happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day, nigga. Every day is the Lord's Day. So we go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. We're gonna go from 1 to 5. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God. See, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And what does the word bondage mean? Okay, you got two definitions of bondage. All right, you got one sexual definition. All right, so we already get that out the way. We ain't talking about that one. You know, because if you go on Google, you will see those two definitions. But this definition is from Google. All right, because I looked it up right before I started this video. It said a state of being a slave. Right, and then on Google it also said deliverance of the Israelites from Egypt's bondage. And when I saw that on Google, I'm like, oh shit, they got Israel, they using Israelites in Egypt, you know, for a Google definition, you know what I'm saying? So that just shows that, you know, our history, you know what I'm saying? We still got that history, you know, and of course through the Bible, because you can't Google everything. Google ain't gonna give you all the answers, but the Bible will give you all the answers. But it says, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Okay? Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven or that is in the earth beneath or that is in the water under the earth. Right. So let's look up what a graven image is. Let's look up graven image. This is a graven image right here, man. This is what y'all worshiping when y'all worshiping Mother's Day, all right? Y'all worshiping these false idols, these false gods and goddesses, motherfuckers that you don't even know about, okay? I guarantee you ask any nigga on the street, do you know the ancient god Isis? Nah, man, what's that? Ha ha hee hee. I bet she was bad as fuck. Ha ha hee hee. Hey, man, do you know about what about the ancient goddesses Cybele and Rhea? No, man, I don't know about that. Well, do you know that you actually worshiping these goddesses today on Mother's Day, and all you're doing is increasing and adding onto that dark energy that's being manifested by these elites of the world? And you tell that to a nigga, and what that nigga gonna do? That nigga gonna have to pause for about 10 seconds, back up a little bit, and say, who the fuck are you? And what the fuck are you telling me this for? All right, that's all a nigga gonna do, because they're blind to the fact. Okay? They're going back to that bondage, man. You're going back to Egypt when you worship these things, man. Spiritually, you're going back to Egypt when you worshiping these things, man. Okay? Because when we was in the Babylonian captivity, all right, and we escaped. Or how did it go? We got brought over. You know what I'm saying? A couple of us woke up. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's where the truth comes in. That. But you niggas, man, that think that you all out here and I'm free and I'm in America and I'm free and I can take a piss when I want and eat when I want and sleep when I want. Nigga, no. You worshiping, like I said, man, you tying yourself back into Egypt each and every time that you go off and you follow the traditions of men. All right? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Okay, I already read that. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Right. So guess what, man? Guess what type of man, like I said before, not only are you harvesting demonic, evil, spiritual energy into your presence and into your family's presence and into your household, but you're also creating iniquity that's going to be cast upon the third and fourth generations of your family. Talk about generational curses. Everybody talk about breaking the generational curse, but ain't nobody doing nothing to break them curses. They only adding on to them. But yet you have us men in truth and, you know, respected women, you know, because a few sisters out here that's actually doing what they supposed to do. And shout out to you single sisters shout out to you sisters out there that may be in this truth. Double shout out to you sisters out there that may be in this truth with kids that's having to do your own thing, all right? That ain't out here saying, yeah, it's my day and it's Mother's Day, but you humble and you know better than that. Like Exodus chapter 34 verse 12 says, you taking heed to yourself, all right? And what you supposed to be doing in life. You could care less about a motherfucking phone call talking about some happy Mother's Day, which we know some sisters in this truth, you know, you might be receiving phone calls today from family and friends. Happy Mother's Day, hey, you know, and that's all cool because that's them calling you. That's not you calling them, you know. So wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, you know, accept it. You may accept the little cash apps they send you, you know what I'm saying? That's cool and all, you know what I'm saying? But before anything, you understand what? This truth comes first. And I can accept all that, but at the same time, it's like a birthday. I can accept a little birthday presents and all that, but nigga, I ain't trying to be out here, nigga, on the Sabbath. You think I'm finna try to you think I'm trying to celebrate a birthday on the Sabbath, or you think I'm trying to celebrate a Mother's Day on the Sabbath? Fuck that, man. That's death, man. That's going you dooming yourself doing that. Cause like I say, you putting the tradition of men over the tradition of your true tradition, all right, what you supposed to be doing, all right. Man, I'm gonna read that last verse, man, and I'm gonna close the video out. But it says, thou shalt not bow down. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. All right, if you love the Lord, you keep his commandments. If you hate the Lord, you don't keep his commandments, all right? So, that's my question to y'all, man. For all these niggas out there, do you want to keep this spiritual dark energy flowing and going to the third and fourth generation of your family and having to be broke down by these generational curses, which we know beat our ass day and night? Speaking on Israelites, curses of Deuteronomy, you know, you want to keep them generational curses going by being a bonehead ass nigga and celebrating these pagan ass traditions and holidays, or you want to break out from the pack, receive your blessings, build your spiritual bank account, because the kingdom of heaven is at hand, all right? Remember that. Remember that, nigga. Kingdom of heaven is at hand. If you ain't doing nothing to be a part of the kingdom of heaven, all you're doing is you're gonna be a part of death and destruction of America. All right, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, it's a Mother's Day rebuke. Us brothers out there, we know we would rather choose to worship. We would rather choose the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Which that ain't an option anyways. Because once you do this, once you start the Sabbath, you got to keep it going. But today we taking heed to what's really going on, man. So shout out to you brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? That's, whether you be in the Sabbath today or whether, due to circumstances in life, you have to do the Sabbath. Maybe, you maybe have to do it yesterday. Maybe you have to do it tomorrow, understand work schedules and all that. We all been there. But hey, man, what we doing? We taking heed to this truth, man. And we putting all the other bullshit aside, man. And we going to receive that blessing. We going to keep enduring, you know what I'm saying, to the kingdom of heaven. And we going to let these other pagan ass, stupid ass motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, keep their little harvest, their little dark energy and see where the fuck that gets them, man. And they ain't going to get them nowhere. So with that, shalom.